We're in Hungary. It's the first World Superbike race here, definitely in my tender, but of course they came years ago before. It's approaching World Superbike's 1000th race, which I've been involved in 40-something% of them, which I find bizarre because I was born just the year before Superbike started in '88. To be completely honest, we haven't done the track walk, so yeah, I've only seen from the start line and this area, but track looks wide, not so long, and very tight. So we need to understand how it feels on the bike.
An historic weekend in World SBK, the first Hungarian round in 35 years and from a new venue.
Got you, mate. Got you.
So this is not normal for a media centre.
Oh, no, it's above average. You've got what we've got.
It's all right, yeah. Different.
Show us what we've got. That's there.
Tire stickers.
What part of the day is this?
No, real cat stickers. Yeah, that's the difference.
What's the cat did out?
The Balaton Park circuit, 85 kilometres and a 50-minute drive southwest of capital Budapest. The 8th date of 12 on the 2025 calendar and the last before a 5-week summer break.
Normally when you start from a track or you have some information or data from the past, we start with some reference. And to arrive to a new place is you start from zero, you are standline. Same tires, the level of grip, everybody's in the same condition, so try to do as best preparation as we can for Saturday and Sunday, and that's it.
I feel like you always call on me when I'm eating, but I'm thankful all the times you call on me. They don't make the vlog in the end. So this week's it's pat of chips. From a distance it looks twisty, but very wide. So yeah, all positive on a Thursday, mate. Got a bit of media out of the way and got a bit more after this, so I'll see you at track walk.
This looks very technical, mate.
It's about the super small finishing some sub-assemblies. Basically an engine loom completely new, so I just need to fix every single connector on the plates. That's not easy.
I'm optimistic, but a lot of people around here saying that why but twisted? If it looks twisty on a superbike with like more than 200 horsepower, it'll be twisty. But look, sun's shining, big hot out there, hence this brawly. There's no risk of rain today anyway.
Well, there you go. What's the verdict, mate?
Well, it looks nice. It's as expectation. Everyone said it's tight or slow, and yeah, the chicanes are like Moss Turn 1, them chicanes. Find if you ride fast in the first laps, you're closer to the lap time, so it feels like you're always chasing less time. But yeah, nice. A bit windy, but it's tight. Really, it's very slow. Definitely first. We'll not use 6 gears here. First to 5th. A lot of first gear. So our first gear is quite good and short. Hence we've been getting good starts. So let's see, mate. Let's see. Good vibes. Actually, I thought it looked grippy yesterday, but it looks pretty greasy out there, dusty or whatever, but looks slow on a R9, so we'll see. But Beatrice is flying. She's like 1.5 seconds ahead and she's under her best lap. got a yellow flag on the last lap. So,
yeah.
And then I just stayed out to do a start.
The tires has 22 laps. I mean, the race, one more than race this time.
It was tight. The chicanes remind me of Imola, but the accelerations between the chicanes are much slower, so the average speed's slow. It's quite technical. I'm struggling to stop the bike, so it's not great for them changing direction. Go and check some data now, and back to something that I had a good feeling with, last year actually, in the bike, to stop the bike. I thought I'd learn the track much faster, to be honest. Didn't feel confident on the bike, and then I just sort of slowed things a bit. But FP2 next. Got an hour, mate. Do you want a coffee? Nah. For the second session, we made quite a big electronic change on the bike to give me some more stopping potential. And once I could stop for them chicanes and was able to get a bit more confidence, understand where the front end is a little bit more. So I'm not jumping up and down about the position. I'm actually content with the feeling, and I'm sure there's a little bit more to come tomorrow. But it's all about qualifying, and that's coming up pretty soon. 11 o'clock in the morning. I need one lap. I need to put myself in the front, because again, that group, 5th, 6th through to where I am in 16th, 17th, 18th, even so tight. So track position will be everything. Try and maybe have a good strategy for the Superpole. It helped me in Donington getting Alex's wheel, so maybe try and find the fast wheel in front and tow me to a good lap time, and try and make the race a bit more simple starting at the front.
You've got to believe that Ray on a Ducati is still a race winner, despite two very, very disappointing seasons with Yamaha.
Yeah, I've said it on the broadcast a lot through the course of this year. If Ray was still on the Kawasaki last year, what's his reputation? He'd retire in all likelihood, because he'd view it that there wasn't anything else to improve. But he would have been able to finish probably third in the world last year. He would have won a few races. He would have had a lot of podiums, and everyone still thinks he's Jonathan Ray, Mr. 6 times world champion. Team. There's no two ways about it. It's been disastrous for both sides. Yamaha didn't pay all that money for the results they've got. Ray didn't pay his way out of the Kawasaki contract for the results he's got. Okay. It's an effort from Johnny in the Superpole session to put it up there on the 4th row of the grid. We'll see what he can do off the line. We know the Yamaha gets off the line well, so Ray might well feel that Vierge, Iannone, he could be a threat to them into turn 1.
Jonathan Ray, 10th on the grid, podium finisher at 25 different World SBK venues, hoping to add Balaton Park this weekend. 16 points at the UK round, his best score of the season so far, and determined 5th place in race 1, the highlight. Top 10 finishes at 3 consecutive rounds is the most he managed on the Yamaha. 4th Hungarian round, the first at this Balaton Park circuit. Getting underway, a good start from Toprak Razgatlioglu. Not a good one at all for Sam Lowe's. He's swallowed up by Andrea Locatelli in the run to the first turn. Lowe's then getting back to the inside, and a 3-rider pile-up. Andrea Iannone's involved, and then a 4-rider pile-up behind as they all slow down. So that's Jonathan Ray up from to 5th position now. Oh, down goes Jonathan Ray from 8th position on lap 15, and that's a real shame. Oh, Jonathan Ray again. Second spill in 2 laps for Ray. You wonder whether he had damage from the initial spill. And your inaugural winner here at the Balaton Park circuit will be Toprak Razgatlioglu. Very rare for Jonathan Ray to come to grief like that for a second time, and this time he is down and out of race 1 in Balaton Park.
Yeah, and you can see the disappointment for Ray now at this stage after that one. Let's see what happens in it, because it just happens quite early in the corner as well. There, turn 3 and 4 is the long left-hander where you're on the edge of the tyre all the way around. And
I mean, I had a couple more degree angle, 2 degrees more angle. Wasn't fast, to be fair, and didn't have any more brake pressure, so it caught me by surprise. I was actually really inside the corner, and tarmac was breaking up a little bit there, but I was just starting to try and really push on to try and get another position. Wet. I'm not that tired actually, so that's alright. It's wet, so we haven't rode here in the wet, mate. Lots of changes of direction to negotiate, so physically it's much easier. but mentally much more taxing as well. From a setup point of view, it depends. Generally, we soften the bike up a little bit, and sometimes we lower the center of gravity.
Welcome back to Balaton Park for the Hungarian round of World Superbike. The first time we've come to Hungary since 1990, the first weekend for this new venue.
Thank you very much. Thanks, mate. Thank you.
Morning, guys.
Change the shock, Luke will prep a shock, all these guys, and then we'll change the fork springs normally, soften it off a bit, and then yeah, add tape to stop the bike. We're in too cold, which is really important because we don't want to damage the engine. And put some wet tyres and go.
Well, if it stays wet, we'll be all right. But if it goes a little bit iffy, it's just what I had. Because obviously, if it's wet, we're on full wets. If it's dry, we're on full slicks. But if it's somewhere in between, we could be on inters or a combination of. So we've got to make sure that everything is ready, pressure, yeah, the right temperatures and everything else. So warm-up's not so bad. It'll either be wet or it'll be slicks, and that's it. So.
Completing the third row of the grid is Jonathan Rea. The Romantics might have hoped for a victory in the 1000th race, but that was going to be a tall order barring actual rain. And one of the riders who might be hoping for a little bit of wet weather over the course of this 21-lap distance is Jonathan. Race 2 of the 2025 Hungarian round gets underway. Decent enough jump from Jonathan Rea. He's up in 6th and still scrapping for every position and every point.
Still fighting with everything he has and trying to give it what he has. But Ray and that Yamaha, it's just not a bike that fits his style, and he just hasn't been able to make it work.
Toprak Razgalpioku does the treble here at the Balaton Park Circuit's inauguration. Gone are the days when Jonathan Rea could rip through the field on the Yamaha. It's not a bike that suits him, and he will be wanting away for 2026, and there's going to be a lot of news obviously in the coming weeks and through the summer break as to which riders go where. 2 or 3 that we've been discussing all weekend long that really is just a matter of sequence and process internally within the teams for some of those announcements. But Jonathan Rea is going to be much talked about in the coming days. I'm quite sure about that.
Struggled from the get-go with grip. You know, I got not a great start, a decent start, made good track position in the first corner, and from there I just had no grip. You know, I was a sitting duck. Vulnerable in the passing areas, in the straights, because I wasn't getting off the corners well and just spinning too much. So super frustrated because you know, I don't feel like I was riding very well, but don't feel like I had a great bike today. We didn't quite nail the setup, didn't feel comfortable, and that was yeah, one of the most frustrating weekends, to be fair. Yeah, it's hard out there without... I can't even put a positive spin on it for you, which normally I can do and see the positives, but yeah, I need a break. Need a bit more than a break, but a break I'll do first.